Hello and welcome back. I'm Jack, the Lone Road Ranger, and today we're doing something a little different. Rather than talking about cities or towns, we're talking about my old car, my million-mile Grandma. So sit back and relax and I'll tell you all about her. Grandma.
This is my 1994 Honda Accord wagon. It's an EX, and we've named her Grandma. So all these years she's had this name, and it's going to stick with her now for the rest of her life. We've got 983,000 miles on her, and I bought her with 22,000 some miles on it back in 1996. It wasn't from a Honda dealer. It was from a used car dealer, a Ford dealer actually, and they recommended her very highly. So I took her for a spin and bought her. I used it on my sales trip. I used to be a on-the-road salesman, selling kitchen cabinets to dealers for many years, for 43 years I believe it is. And since I bought this in 96, I had one before this one. It was a Honda Accord LXI, 5-speed, really nice car, black. I just love that car. I put 360,000 miles on that one. And I always thought that I would get another Honda, but I don't see any need of it. It's got the original engine and transmission that it's always had from the very beginning. And I just love her. Here's Grandma, my 1994 Honda Accord. I'm real proud of her. We're about to hit 1,000,000 miles, and original tranny, engine, even the cloth seats are original. Good old engine there that's lasted forever. Never ever let me down.
I never really started keeping track of her mileage until I reached 500,000 miles. And after that, I tried to record the date and the place I was at the time it turned over these certain mileages. I'd have a lot more mileages on her, but I was also driving a pickup when I was delivering heavier items like base cabinets and other accessories that wouldn't fit in Grandma. This part where it says Grandma hits flying deer, that deer was literally jumping across the highway about 6 or 7 feet in the air, and it was coming down when it hit the front of my car. I'll never forget that. You talk about being frightened. That was unbelievable. I got to looking, and I've been in 31 of the 48 contiguous states, and I've got a story that I can tell you about almost every one of them, but I'm not going to get into that right now.
700,000 miles.
There are several places that I've been that I just love to go, and my favorite large city is St. Louis. I used to have 3 really good customers there, so we would go out and eat in the evening usually, and my favorite bar and grill in the whole wide world is Shotzi's Bar and Grill in South St. Louis. The farthest I've ever driven in Grandma in a short period of time was I drove 1,163 miles in just over 18 hours, headed toward Seattle. I remember once I was driving back from Denver, and I never even bothered to look at my gas gauge. I'd been driving for over 300 miles, looked down and it was almost on empty. I thought, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? I finally found this gas station. I pulled in there, and keep in mind that my gas tank holds 15 gallons, and I put in 14.9 gallons. I was that close to running out. Well, I said I wasn't going to get into any stories, but I got to tell you this one. One time I was coming out of Des Moines, Iowa, south on I-35, and it had been misting most of the day, and this was in early afternoon. I was headed back to Kansas City. It was just above freezing, and when I came around this long quarter curve on the interstate, I saw about 12 semis in the ditches on their sides, jackknifed, along with some cars and pickup trucks and so forth. And it had frozen that mist, and they were everywhere. One of the trucks was a truck laying on its side, and it was packed full of brand new John Deere mowers. I felt real sorry for that guy. I don't know how I got through that without wrecking also, but I think it was largely because of Grandma's front wheel drive. But anyway, we got through it like we always did. I had stopped to eat lunch in a small town in Missouri, and I heard this couple talking in a different language. I got inquisitive and asked them where they were from, and they said Austria. I said, oh, I've heard that's the most beautiful country in the world. And the lady said, yeah, it's fine, but United States is the most beautiful country in the world. And I have to agree with her, and it's so wonderful to be able to go out on the interstate and see literally the most beautiful country in the whole wide world. I'm proud to be an American. Thank you for staying with us, your loyalty, and hopefully there will be new ones to join us soon. Well, until next time then, this is Ranger Jack, the Lone Road Ranger, saying adios.
Hey Pierre, who was that masked man? That, my friend, was the one they call a Lone Road Ranger. Look, he left a silver bullet.